All right, let's get more on this then. We cross to our specialist reporter, SABC News reporter Hasina Gori. A very good afternoon to you, Hasina. All right, you've been in Krugersdorp. Let's talk about this high-level operation that has indeed been conducted in the area. And certainly heard while you were talking to residents of the area saying this is something that actually doesn't shock them. Talk to us about what's been going on throughout the day.
Good afternoon, Flo. Police as well as a multidisciplinary team have just concluded that sting operation that they have been conducting here in the west of Johannesburg in Krugersdorp, just following that rape incident that also brought a spotlight on illicit mining in the area and the illegal miners that have been terrorizing the communities. We've heard from them throughout the week. We're back in one of the areas that we were here at midday when we had arrived. Police were just arresting many of the suspects that had been in this abandoned home, as well as being outside living in some of the areas. When we got here, all we got to see at that time was the arrest, but now we're seeing inside the space, which seems to be a processing area of the miners. We've seen beds, as well as there seems to be some gas, but what we see right now is an underground area, which really, when we went downstairs, is quite dark to get into it right now. But it has a processing unit where these illegal miners then wash and amalgamate some of the products that they find from underground, and that's then sold, those nuggets that sold into the area. But outside this area as well was where we found many of these illegal miners who were living here as well. And we're just going to give you a sense of the living conditions that these miners are living under. The Police Minister Bheki Cele saying that he described it as a jungle and that it's quite appallable. We know that almost 46 people from our numbers, and some say almost 60, have been arrested at this stage, most of them for the contravention of the Immigration Act. Those that were arrested even in the weekend, they're only really facing at this moment the contravention of the Immigration Act. What you can see here is water running through this area, and what we've been told by the Hawks earlier is that these illegal miners need this specific water to help them in the processing of the gold. But I want to bring you into the living area that these illegal miners were found in, and just to give you a sense of how they have been living. At least 20 were found in this area. Police said that when they went through some of these shanty or shacks, they found even jewelry in here, which seems that these illegal miners have also really been terrorizing the area and robbing the area. And that's the kind of sentiment that we got from the community throughout this last weekend, speaking to them from Friday following that incident, saying that they have been victims of rape, of robbery, of gang violence by these illegal miners that have been operating in this area. When we spoke with Police Minister Bheki Cele earlier, he did say that they don't believe that their response is reactive. However, they have not really been clamping down in this specific area in the West Rand in Johannesburg. They have not done these kind of operations at the level that it should be. But also, these that have been, those that have been arrested, they are not the kingpins. They are the low-level workers who don't have any gold on them. They've been searching for any kind of precious metal or gold on them, and none of them have any of that. So they're now saying that they need parallel activity done by the DICP, the Hawks, to also look into those that are operating these businesses. Because while you can clamp down on the immigration, on these illegal workers, there are a greater and a bigger fish that is up there that just finds more workers. There's also a concern because some of those that were arrested are quite young. We've seen someone as young as 12 years today, who's been arrested, and there's concerns of human trafficking as well. But the police saying that their job is to arrest and clean up the area, and the relevant departments should then play their part when it comes to the immigration, home affairs, as well as the various different departments. We heard from Minister Cele saying that he's also asked the Department of International Relations to get into contact with the SADC region leaders as well and their counterparts to find solutions of this, because it seems that there is some human trafficking taking place at this stage. We saw today some of those suspects from Lesotho, some from Mozambique as well. In one of the areas that we were earlier on, 2 suspects were arrested, quite young, and they were those that were gun yielding. According to the police, they suspect that they're the security guards that secure the premises or the areas where these mining operations are. One confirmed to the police that they had a pistol, the other had a rifle. The police were unable to find those firearms. However, they did find some used cartridges. We know that there was a shootout at some point earlier. That's the one victim that was critically wounded during these operations. Another in here as well earlier was taken to a hospital because he had also sustained some injury during these arrests. But most of them now will be processed and taken to court for contravention of Immigration Act. The incident that caused and sparked these raids to take place, or sting operations to take place, there was 81 people that were then arrested. From there was 20 juveniles and 61 adults. They all will reappear tomorrow at the Krugersdorp Magistrates Court, all also for the contravention of the Immigration Act. We're still waiting on police. We've put the question to them today to find out whether or not that DNA samples have been taken at this stage, and whether any of them can be linked to the rape incident. For now, police say they're still investigating. There was an ID parade that was meant to be held. We don't know yet. We'll find out tomorrow when we return to the court whether or not that was done, and whether any of those that were arrested can be then charged with rape as well. But for now, all of them are only facing charges of being illegal in the country, that's in the country without the proper documentation. What we saw here today as well was many of them, again, underage, quite young. So police are saying that they do feel that these operations have a purpose, and that they will ensure that there's some safety in the area. When it comes to the community in this area, the minister says they've already started engaging with the community leaders, with the CPFs in the area, to ensure that more is done to keep this community safe, because they've been complaining. We spoke with women who described how they were assaulted and raped in their own vehicles by these illegal miners. Others that said they were robbed in their homes. One person who was really scared and didn't want to speak on camera told us that their neighbor was shot in the face, and we've been told that this is a normal occurrence, that hearing gunshots, seeing someone being robbed is a normal occurrence in their community. So they're really hoping that this incident, however traumatic it is and how bad it is, that it does have a positive outcome in that it ensures that the communities of West Rand are kept safe. But that's it for me for now. Back to you in Studio Flow.
All right, thanks very much, Hasina, for that in-depth report. Hasina, for us in Krugersdorp, where a high-level operation is indeed taking place after that gruesome rape of young women in the area who were working at an abandoned mine dump.